Hello, Mark here with a short video. I hope it's a short video about sentence structure, which is really important for accuracy in your written and spoken communication. So when communicating in English, it's important to get sentence structure right. If you don't use a recognizable English sentence structure, your audience will not be able to understand you. If sentence structure in your first language is very different to English sentence structure, this is an extra challenge and you'll need to do more work, we'll need to do more work to overcome that challenge. The good news, however, is that the extra work you need to do is extra communication, extra reading, listening, speaking and writing, and all of those things can be enjoyable, especially when related to topics that you already love. So reading, listening, speaking and writing about topics that you love is not hard work. Spending 8 hours per day, every day, assembling objects in a factory or picking fruit in a field is hard work, especially when those objects might be things that you have no interest in using, or the fruit is something that you never get to eat. So before I go on, it's important to remember that more work on sentence structure can be something to enjoy and should not be something to be afraid of. Now, English has a subject-verb-object structure. Morphology, or the form of words, helps your audience to know which word is the subject, the verb and the object. But the order of words is also very important. Okay? A combination of word order and form makes it clear that there's a big difference between I love you and you love me. And of course, although differences between the form of these sentences are not great, the sentences are quite similar, the story they tell is very different. He loves her and she loves him. He loves her, but she doesn't love him. If we don't follow rules of English sentence structure and word form, it's very difficult to tell the story clearly. But does she love he, not he, she love? This is like word soup, and an English speaking audience probably won't understand the message here. Now, different languages have different structures and different ways of showing whether a word is a subject or an object or a noun or a verb. And if your first language is very different to English, translation can be quite dangerous. As you become more and more fluent in English, your ability to process what you want to say or write will become so fast that you don't even notice it happening. But right now, you may find it takes a while to formulate what you want to express. It's very difficult not to start translating. So here in this video, I'm trying to set out an alternative to a translation process. It involves deciding on the keywords you need to express what you want to say, and then building the sentence around them. I think it's particularly relevant to academic writing, because in academic writing, we often need to fit multiple ideas into one sentence, and this can be tricky, particularly if we want to avoid the kind of word soup that can result from translation from a very different language. So can you make any sense of this? Objective, game, children, maths? Probably not, but let's see what we can do. So I'm using an imaginary example of a university student on a creative arts degree who has to write about their plan for a project. They need to express the aim or objective of the project while also saying what the project is. The project will be a game, a video game. Now, game here is a noun, and to use it in a sentence, we'll need a verb. What do we do to a game? What verb can we use? Well, the most common collocation with game is play. But we are communicating here within the field of creative arts. So we're really talking about creating or designing games. I'm going to use design game for my sentence. What's the game for? It's for children, to help them to become better at maths. So now I've got the keywords children and maths to add to my sentence too. Now, to express this clearly, I think we need a word to specify and express what it is about maths we're helping children to do, helping children with. So I think that extra word we need is skills. It's maths skills. Children maths skills. And we need a verb to make that more precise. Children improve maths skills. Okay, so now we're building up the vocabulary for our sentence. We also need to think critically and push ourselves to be as precise as possible. So, will the game really improve skills? Or maybe more precisely and more accurately, it will encourage or motivate children and then in turn improve skills. So I think we need an extra word like improve, encourage. I'm going to go for motivate. So let's see what we've got. Design game, motivate children, improve maths skills. And we're not done yet. We could write this sentence now with the subject as I, like as in I will design a game. But that will give us some information, but not the purpose of communicating the information. What we're really talking about here is our objective. So we're not going to start the sentence with I. Not because it's wrong to use I, but because this sentence isn't really about me and what I'm doing. It's about my project. In fact, it's about the objective of my project. Like, most sentences in academic writing are not about the writer. And I would argue that this is why we tend not to see the word I very often. So we need to somehow incorporate the word project in our sentence. And more specifically, I think we're talking about our project's objective. So now we have objective, project, design, game, motivate, children, improve maths skills. So objective, project, design, game, motivate children, improve maths skills. This is building up into quite a complicated sentence, but it's going to be a good one. We need to apply English sentence structure, and we need to think about how to use all of these words within an English sentence. This involves knowing how to use all of our keywords. Knowing how to use words involves something that I like to refer to as pattern grammar. It's not my term, but it's a term that I like. Pattern grammar is about the grammatical patterns we need to know in order to use a word correctly within a sentence. Good dictionary will give you this information. In our sentence here, I think the words with important grammatical patterns that we need to learn in order to use are objective and motivate. So when I look up the word objective in the Cambridge Advanced Learners Dictionary, underneath the definition, I have some example sentences. Her objective now is simply to stay in power. Okay, I think that's I need to use that structure. Objective is to something. Okay. When I look for the word motivate, I get a few different patterns. I like he's motivated by greed. He is motivated by a desire to help. I'm not sure that I need motivate by. I think I need the next one to make someone want to do something well. My game is going to make children want to do maths well. So the pattern is motivate people to verb. Okay, so let me put these in my own words. I've got with objective, I'm going to say the objective of something is to something. And motivate is motivate someone to do something. Okay, so let me add this to my sentence. I've got the objective, and I'm going to say the objective of the project is to. The objective of the project is to design a game. It's a game that will motivate. A game that will motivate children to improve their math skills. So you see, if I've just applied the patterns of objective and motivate here, and in the end, I've got this. So now we have a complex sentence expressing multiple ideas and showing how they are all connected. Our sentence is accurate and will make sense to any English speaker who reads it. The objective of the project is to design a game that will motivate children to improve their math skills. Nobody is expecting you to be able to create sentences like this immediately, but I've shown you the steps to follow, and if you write often enough that you are following these steps regularly, the process will become faster and faster for you. And with practice, you'll be writing accurately and quickly. Okay, so what next? What can you do next? You can get into the habit of writing regularly, of course, and I'll give you some advice on how to do that in another video. You can also look at some sentences in text that you've read and reverse engineer them, which means that you break them down to see how they have been put together. Try to do that soon with the next text that you read. Take a complex sentence, break it down into the most important pieces of vocabulary. What are they? Share your sentence with me and tell me what you think the key words are. If you can also identify the key patterns, the grammar patterns that you need to learn in order to use the key words, that would be wonderful. I'll look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Finally, I should say from Cookie or Rudolph and my perfect daughter Livia, and from Father Christmas, Happy Christmas, have a wonderful break. Take it easy, get some rest, enjoy yourself, have fun, and see you in 2021. Bye-bye.